Everyone wants to be successful. However, only a few can find the right path to success. People often advise, do well in school, get higher grades, score the highest on tests to measure your knowledge, and success will come your way. Yet, we frequently encounter situations that differ from our expectations. What factors are at play when, for example, people with high IQs flounder and those with modest IQs do surprisingly well? Why do so many people with IQs of 160 work for those with IQs that hover around 100? Why does one person thrive in personal and professional life while another of equal intellect faces dead ends? We have all asked ourselves these questions at least once or twice. What is the secret? Some think it is just coincidence or luck. Others suggest that money plays a big role. And let's face it, very few of us have considered that it might be related to emotional intelligence. As Daniel Goleman says, there are widespread exceptions to the rule that IQ predicts success, many or more exceptions than cases that fit the rule. These exceptions highlight the importance of emotional intelligence. Yet, even though a high IQ is no guarantee of prosperity, prestige, or happiness in life, our schools and our culture fixate on academic abilities, ignoring emotional intelligence, a set of traits some might call character, that also matters immensely for our destiny. Being a valedictorian indicates academic excellence, but hardly prepares one for life's unpredictable challenges. Goleman criticizes education system's one-size-fits-all approach, emphasizing the importance of emotional intelligence over academic achievements alone. He states, instead, we subject everyone to an education where, if you succeed, you will be best suited to be a college professor. Emotional life is a domain that, like math or reading, can be handled with greater or lesser skill and requires unique competencies. One important thing must always be remembered. A person's adeptness is crucial to understanding why one person thrives while the other faces dead ends. And now, join us on a journey to uncover and understand our emotions, mastering how to navigate them toward success that's within everyone's reach. What are emotions for? Our emotions guide us in facing predicaments and tasks too important to leave to the intellect alone. Danger, painful loss, persisting toward a goal despite frustrations, bonding with a mate, building a family, says Daniel Goleman. As we all know from experience, feelings count as much, and often more, than thoughts when shaping our decisions and actions. Is the advice of the world's most successful people for us, perhaps? In money and investing, you must learn to control your emotions. Robert T. Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Or you will continue to suffer if you react emotionally to everything that is said to you. True power is sitting back and observing things with magic. True power is restraint. If words control you, that means everyone else can control you. Breathe and allow things to pass. Warren Buffett. There is a fascinating study. A study by TalentSmart tested emotional intelligence alongside 33 other necessary workplace skills and found that emotional intelligence, EI, is the strongest predictor of performance, explaining 58% of success in all types of jobs. Additionally, 90% of top performers were found to have high EI, and people with high EI earn an average of $29,000 more annually than their low EI counterparts. Intelligence can count for nothing when emotions hold sway. This needs to be fully understood. With anger, blood flows to the hands, making it easier to strike a foe. The heart rate increases, and a rush of hormones, such as adrenaline, generates a pulse of energy strong enough for vigorous action. With fear, blood goes to the large skeletal muscles, such as those in the legs, making it easier to flee. Among the main biological changes in happiness is an increased activity in the brain center that inhibits negative feelings and fosters an increase in available energy, as well as a quieting of those that generate worrisome thoughts. This configuration offers the body general rest, readiness, and enthusiasm for whatever task, and for striving toward various goals. Love, tender feelings, and even softness entail parasympathetic arousal, the physiological opposite of the fight-or-flight response shared by fear and anger. Positive emotions lead to a fulfilling life. When we let high-quality feelings guide us, our actions naturally become more aligned with what is right, setting the stage for a life rich in contentment and purpose. Keeping our distressing emotions in check is critical to emotional well-being. Extremes, emotions that wax too intensely or for too long, undermine our stability. So, managing our emotions is still something of a full-time job, but controlling negative emotions is significantly more challenging. However, as Aristotle observed, what is wanted is appropriate emotion, proportionate to the circumstance. It has been observed that, due to the brain's design, we often have little to no control over when we are overcome by emotions, or the specific emotion that we experience. But we can have some say in how long an emotion will last. Anger, of all the moods people want to escape, is the most committed. Tice found that anger is the mood people are worst at controlling. The universal trigger for anger is the sense of being endangered. Endangerment can be triggered not just by an outright physical threat, but also, more often the case, by a symbolic threat to self-esteem or dignity. Being treated unjustly or rudely, insulted or demeaned, or frustrated in pursuing an important goal. Furthermore, research has shown that anger is the emotion most capable of harming the heart and posing a significant risk to people's health and even their lives. There are two primary strategies for managing anger. Firstly, it's essential to question the thoughts that lead to anger. Consider asking yourself, did I interpret the situation accurately? Would viewing it from another angle change my assessment? Is there any justification for what happened? Besides, the longer we ruminate about what has made us angry, the more good reasons and self-justifications we can invent. Brooding fuels anger's flames, but seeing things differently douses those flames. It's also important to understand that empathy can be a soothing remedy for anger, a balm for rage. Secondly, finding relaxation and engaging in an enjoyable activity is crucial. In the event of a disagreement, it's best to pause the interaction, take a step back, and revisit the topic with a cooler head. While being angry, people tend to act, behave, or talk in manners that are often regretted later. Distraction is a highly powerful mood-altering device for a simple reason. It's hard to stay angry when we're having a pleasant time, or are so busy that we forgot about what was making us angry. However, a cooling down period will not work if that time is used to pursue the train of anger-inducing thoughts, since each thought is a minor trigger for more cascades of anger and emotions. Outbursts of rage typically pump up the brain's emotional arousal, leaving people feeling more angry, not less. Anxiety. Research indicates that the worries that seem to come from nowhere are uncontrollable and generate a steady hum of anxiety. The one thing that chronic worriers cannot do is follow the advice they are most often given. Just stop worrying. To manage anxiety, it is essential to identify the thoughts that trigger it and critically examine them. Worriers need to actively challenge the worrisome thoughts by questioning their validity and exploring more balanced perspectives. This involves examining the evidence for and against the anxious thoughts, considering alternative outcomes. Practicing slow, deep breaths is also important to help calm your nervous system. The 4-7-8 technique, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8, is particularly effective. It's also essential to understand that, to manage anxiety effectively, practicing relaxation exercises, such as meditation when you sense the tightness in the chest, the heart racing uncontrollably, and thoughts flowing all around the head may be beneficial. Regularly performing these exercises enables you to utilize them during critical moments. Sadness can impair attention, memory, and decision-making abilities. It can lead to decreased concentration, slower thought processes, and difficulty in retaining and recalling information. Prolonged sadness can evolve into depression, affecting one's overall mood and outlook on life. It can lead to a loss of interest in activities once enjoyed, withdrawal from social interactions, and a general feeling of hopelessness. The idea of a good cry is misleading. Crying that reinforces rumination only prolongs the misery. Understanding how sadness affects you is the first step in managing its impact. Coping strategies include seeking social support, engaging in physical activity, practicing mindfulness or relaxation techniques when necessary, seeking professional help from a therapist or counselor. Mood lifters. There are various effective strategies for managing sadness. Aerobic exercise is one of the more effective tactics for lifting mild depression, as well as other destructive moods. Regular physical activity is associated with a reduction in symptoms of mild to moderate depression in approximately 30 to 40% of individuals. Cheering yourself up through treats and sensual pleasures was another popular antidote to the blues. Common ways people soothe themselves when depressed range from taking hot baths or eating favorite foods to listening to music. Buying oneself a gift or treat to get out of a bad mood was particularly popular among women, as was shopping in general, even if only window shopping. Another effective depression lifter is helping others in need. While they last, good moods enhance the ability to think flexibly and with more complexity, thus making it easier to find solutions to problems, whether intellectual or interpersonal. One way to help someone think through a problem is to tell them a joke. Remember that a good mood and positive emotions enhance our ability to think effectively, boost our memory, and increase productivity. Emotional intelligence is a master aptitude, a capacity that profoundly affects all other abilities, either facilitating or interfering with them. Therefore, developing emotional intelligence is pivotal. It underpins our ability to gracefully navigate life's challenges. It enhances our decision-making, improves our relationships, and boosts our resilience. Subscribe to our new channel and be among the first to support the team poised to become the most renowned and discussed in the future. Our videos are designed to enhance your mindset and set you on the path to greater success. Through experience, we've witnessed how carefully selected books and ideas can transform our thinking and lead to numerous achievements. Join us and witness the transformation yourself.